What's going on, everybody? Happy New Year. And I'm sorry for the hiatus. I just needed that break for like the last year. So, welcome to Straight Out of the Herf Zone with your boy Shirtless Mike. And I'm sorry that I'm not shirtless right now because it's cold outside right now. I attempted, and before I got things ready to roll, I was like, I need to put on a hoodie. So, tonight I'm rocking the hoodie from Tatted Smoke, my homegirl Peaches out of Atlanta. I got this when she was in Tampa. So shouts out to you, Peaches. I'm rocking the Tatted Smoke apparel. So yeah. Well, tonight I have something very exclusive. So, if you're local to me, you know I talk about this brand all the time. This is a brand that my boss discovered. You know, when he started going to Panama a couple years ago, and we were the first shop in the United States to publicly promote this brand. And now that they have U.S. distribution, they're here in the U.S. now. We were the first shop to carry them and really start promoting them. And now, Straight Out of the Herf Zone is the first podcast to get an exclusive interview with these guys. So, without further ado, I got our guests from Valentino Siestos waiting down below. I'm going to bring them on and we're going to get to know them a little bit better. Gentlemen, what's going on? How y'all doing tonight?
Hello, Mike. Thanks for having us.
How are you, Mike?
I'm doing good, man. First of all, I want to thank you guys for coming on the podcast, especially, I figured, why not start 2025 with something very exclusive. As you guys have, you guys know my boss. He comes in to the clubhouse and everything. So, he always speaks very highly of you guys. So I'm like, you know what? I need to get you guys on the podcast so that our customer base and even those that just follow me on social media from out of state, they can get to know you guys. So first of all, just introduce yourselves and then to the audience and everything, and then we'll get started.
So great. Thank you to have us. I'm GianLuca, the CEO of the company. We are here in Panama, where we have our clubhouse. And here is...
Hi, Mike. I'm Julio Molto, business manager of the brand, also manager here at the clubhouse, and it's a pleasure of you hosting us here for the podcast today and having us as your guest.
Oh, absolutely. So,
and Julio, let me just add, Julio is the man who is in contact with our clients in the US. He's not only the business manager of the brand, but he's also responsible for all the contacts, business development in the US as manager
awesome.
for that market. Okay.
Awesome. So I'm gonna get started here with the first question. So, the name Valentino Siesto, where does that originate from? Where does that come from?
Yeah, so I go. So Valentino Siesto is a real person. Okay, he's not here with us. He's traveling, visiting client in Europe right now. But Valentino is the founder of the company. In fact, he's here with us. He's here. Okay, and let me show you.
You have to take it off the wall because I can't see it.
Yeah. So, like this.
I see.
Valentino is originally from Italy, living in Latin America and the Caribbean since more than 20 years. And he's the founder, the creator of the brand. He moved to the Dominican Republic in the late 90s and decided to create a personal cigar just for himself. Okay, not a commercial project, just a cigar for Valentino, for friends and family. And 10 years later, in 2010, he was owner of a number of plants, had a lot of contact in the island, and decided to move to a commercial partnership with a local fabric that years later And today we are producer in the Dominican Republic, and we have our company is kind of interesting because we have two legs. Okay, the one is in the Dominican Republic in Tamboril, where we produce our cigars, and the second leg is here in Panama, where we have our clubhouse, where we
Our commercial offices.
and commercial office. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the commercialization of the cigars is worldwide is made from here. The production is made in Tamboril.
Awesome. Now the next thing I got is so you guys' factory is in the Dominican Republic, but do you guys own the factory or do you just use a factory that makes many different brands?
We own the factory is a group of partners holding the factory, including Valentino, including our master blender, including us, but we hold the factory. Yes.
All right, cool. So so Valentino Siesto is from Italy, moved to Panama. How did you guys get hooked up with the brand? You two.
I'm a friend of Valentino since 20 years, and just before the COVID, Valentino decided to move a step outside the Dominican Republic and Panama, so go worldwide. And at the time, we decided to start working together. I'm kind of good in international relationship and business development, and so decided to appoint me as CEO of the company. And we started going outside the domestic market, let's say domestic market, which are the Dominican and Panama market. And we invested 5 years ago a lot for the beginning in Europe, okay, which is our primary market right now, Europe. But I can tell you more later. Here in Panama, we have the commercial office. Julio is business partner, son of one of the business partner, and is the person we have on board in order to support the business management and.
My story is kind of different. My father as well is a friend of Valentino. My father came to know Valentino through cigars as well. Valentino, there's a good story, you can tell it better than me, where my father met Valentino, where Valentino came and offered one of his cigars to my father, and then they built a good relationship. And then I had the opportunity to work with one of the brand side products that we don't sell anymore, but I was working with we used to produce coffee, and then I started working. I had the opportunity to start working here at the club, and Valentino liked the way I was working, so he gave me the opportunity to start working with the brand as well.
Yeah,
nice. Now, if you don't mind me asking, Julio, how old are you? You seem kind of young. 22?
Going to 23. Yeah.
Like
nice.
Both
22.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I've been smoking cigars since I was 18. In the US, back when I first turned 18, you could still be 18 and buy cigars, and now here in the US you have to be 21. In Panama, what's the age to smoke in Panama? Is there like a limit?
18.
18?
Same for liquor.
Oh wow, that's awesome. So
yeah.
So you guys have kind of given me your backgrounds, how Valentino Siesto got started, but GianLuca, so just on a personal note, not like because of the business, but how long have you been smoking cigars, and like what is some of your favorite types of tobaccos to enjoy?
So I started. I'm originally from Switzerland, okay, from a very small part of Switzerland, which is an Italian side of Switzerland. So I'm a Swiss guy, but my original language is Italian. Okay, there are very few Swiss guys speaking in Italian, kind of 300,000. And in that region, in the 90s, I started smoking cigar, and there we had a lot of access to Cuban cigars, and now New World cigars. So at the time, nobody smoked a New World cigar, so I started with Cuban cigars, and then moved slowly to New World cigars, specifically Dominican cigar at the beginning of this century. So I'm smoking since 30 years. Yeah.
Nice. And so Julio, have you been smoking like right when you were 18, or did you kind of start a little bit with cigars like prior, because of your parents or whatever? Did you before 18 is what I
Well,
want to say.
my father has been smoking cigars for a very long time now. Is a very good cigar aficionado. So I always was very curious, and I started smoking 2 years ago. When I started coming here, working in the clubhouse, I started learning more for the brand, learning from Valentino himself, GianLuca, my father, and I started getting to know everything. Then going into different shows around the world, Intertabac, PCA, and working with the brand, I started to know more about this culture, this industry. It's a whole world, and yeah, it's been 2-3 years now since I started smoking.
Nice. About how many cigars do you smoke a day at this point? Do you smoke all day or just a couple a day?
I smoke. It depends on the day, but I can smoke 1 to 2 cigars a day.
Nice.
I smoke 2 to 3, but when I'm with Valentino, we smoke
Yeah.
12 or 15.
Depends on the occasion.
Yeah, because we have a lot of tasting. We have
Yeah.
to try our new blends and some special edition or some correction that Valentino is working on. So
Nice. Now you guys have, what I'm smoking right now is we've already discussed prior to even recording, but I'm smoking the what is it, the 1967, the Maduro blend in the Toro size. So, and then at our shop we carry we carry like 3 sizes of each, except for the Maduro we carry like 4 sizes. But so you have the Connecticut blend, the Habano blend, or sun grown, and then you got the Maduro. Is that like the full line? Take everybody through your line, and also what is your favorite out of the line of cigars that you guys produce?
So we basically produce 3, let's say, entry cigars that we name premium, okay, premium lines, premium series. We produce Robusto in Connecticut. We produce Robusto in Sun Ground, which is the Habano, and we produce Robusto in Maduro. Then we have some special wrapper. We have some Barberpool. We have some others, but the baseline is Robusto, Habano, Connecticut, and Maduro, and Toro, Robusto, Toro, Maduro, Habano, and Connecticut. So same. Just as general information, the house has more than 50 different Vitola. We already produce and we sold somewhere in the world more than 50 different Vitola. Preferido, Box Press, Churchill in different sizes, Churchill in uncommon sizes. But basically, all over the world, the best seller are the traditional Robusto and the traditional Toro. I personally am in love with Connecticut. We have a very interesting experience with our Connecticut. But I want to tell you something about the numbers, which is because we have some funny story about the numbers. You named the cigar 67, right?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
that's what I saw in the band, and then I used to do a lot of notes, and I don't really do any notes, so I'm just
Yeah, no
listening
problem.
and coming up with the questions as I go with the conversation.
Yeah. Basically, this number that we use for the bands in the US is the year Valentino was born. Okay, he's from '67.
Okay.
Worldwide, we use a different logo, which is a different band, which is the band of our brand, VS, Valentino Siesto. But for the
Yeah.
US, we are using 67. The reason is we wanted to differentiate from the cigars that we sell mostly in Europe and Central America. With a design that we love, this 67 is something that we love, and we had some success with some trying we did with client in the US. So we are using this. 67 is the band that we use in the US, but the blend is exactly the same we sell all over the world. So
okay.
same cigar, different band.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because me and Lou were wondering about that, and I was like, well, I'm planning on having them on the podcast, so I was gonna, bring that up in conversation so we can get that. So that's cool that, even though it's the same blend for, the European market and outside of the US, you guys do it so that people, so that there's like you could see the difference or whatever, and then, now. Have you guys done research? Because I just find I'm one of those people that I kind of think very deeply. So, does the difference in the bands make it sell better, like in the U.S. market versus the European market, or was it strictly just to differentiate?
It's strictly just to differentiate and to respect some producer in the US who has the same initial as Valentino Siesto.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, this cigar is really. See, the thing about these cigars, they burn really well. I mean, literally nobody has said that they suck. So that's a plus. And everybody that's enjoyed these cigars, they've all loved these cigars. So, how many how many total countries are you in outside of the U.S.?
We are in more than 30 countries. Hopefully, we will be at 40 soon. The onboarding process in the country. So we are a new brand. Okay, we exist outside our domestic market since let's say 5 years, 4 years, and we are growing each year. The international fairs we participate bring a lot of clients. So in this phase, we multiply every year our clients. So the answer to your question, I would say, is we are in 30 countries with legitimate registration and documents with the government process and an official distributor. And we are today talking with 10 different other countries all over the world, but mainly again Central America, South America, mainly Europe, the whole block, and we had something in the Far East. Today was in a call like this we have with you right now with China, where we have a very, in our opinion, great contact. We are working over there in order to be on the market soon.
Nice. Now, do you guys like to pair your cigar, each blend with something specific? Are you big on pairing cigars? Like, say, I had somebody come in, they'd be like, what could I pair with, rum? What could I pair with coffee? Like, if you get what I'm saying, like, which out of each of the blends, well, it doesn't have to be size, just the blend, would you pair with whatever particular drink?
You want to say something? Yeah.
I think you could say you could pair a Connecticut with a good coffee, espresso, a sun rum with a good rum, or a Maduro with a good cognac. But we're big supporters of saying like you can pair it with whatever you feel it's best.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's your own experience, and we wanted for you to enjoy it the best and 100% way you're gonna like.
Yeah, we are not integralists. We really think that there are very interesting pairing with different kind of liquors and non-liquors. Last year, a famous magazine, European magazine, cigar magazine, presented pairing of cigars with soda. How do you say Coca-Cola or this
Coke.
kind of thing?
Coke,
Kind of Coke or Sprite, this kind of thing. So was it very interesting to participate. I personally had a nice experience with pairing with sake, so the Japanese liquor or Japanese wine. But okay, back to the roots. Here in Panama, we say that we are ronero, right? So we love to pairing here. Our clients here at the clubhouse in Panama must pair with rum, I would say, and second with whiskey. Yeah.
Yeah, because Panama is also a very good rum producer.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. See, like I'm not a huge drinker, but whenever I do drink, I really like rum. Anything else, I pretty much will mix it with Coca-Cola and whatnot. But like my favorite rum is Diplomatico, so I'm gonna have to pair one of your cigars with like a Diplomatico rum, which is a Diplomatico. It's a Venezuelan rum.
Great product. They have great products. Yeah.
So I'm trying to go back into my history here, which means I need to start. I need to start with like notes because even though I'm a good conversationalist, I just don't want to miss anything during the conversation. So, sure. But you guys got rated 91 in Cigar Journal and Cigar Lovers magazine. Is that
correct?
So, like, tell us about that. Did like, what are you guys' thoughts on getting rated, in several publications so far? And do you guys, did your cigars just get into the right hands, or, you send it out to the press and then, you hope for the best type thing? Like when you woke up that day and you discovered that you had the nice rating, like what was going through your heads at that time?
So we got our first ratings 3 years ago from the European magazine Cigar Journal. Okay, they received, so they got a fair at our first fair in Germany, a box of the one you was smoking. You told me you told us before the podcast, Maduro box press, okay, and we got our first rating. It was a 91, and we were very happy with this rating. So we, on regular basis, we provide to this magazine, Cigar Journal, Cigars Lover, some regional, or let's say some European magazine. For Germany is a very important market in generally, and to us, Switzerland is very important market, so we provide some cigars. I have to say there are also magazines that just pop up with a rating with a know-how, but it's very interesting because in general we are high rated, and this is something that um, uh, it's very good to this guy Valentino because the philosophy of the company of the producer is to produce great cigar, uh, kind of qualitative in the sense of the aging of the cigars. Um, if when someone asks, I don't know if this is maybe a question, what is the difference? I don't know if it's a difference, but we focus on have uh, aged leaves in our cigars um, in a kind of high proportion compared maybe to other kind of products. The cigars that you are smoking, the leaves are 60 months aged. Okay, so 5 years aging. And this is our minimal aging. We don't have cigars younger than 5 years.
Oh, nice. I mean, you can
Yeah,
definitely tell, and like whenever you open up a box, you take a cigar to smoke, you can definitely tell the aging is there because you definitely, it does the tobacco doesn't taste young. It's very smooth no matter what blend and everything. So that's pretty much true across all your blends. Then not just the Maduro, but the sun grown and the Connecticut as well. 5 years of age, no less than 5 years of age.
yeah. All the cigars that we are actively promoting in the U.S., which is a selection of our portfolio 50 Vitola, are 5 years aged minimum. Yeah.
Nice.
The one that you are smoking right now is one of these. Yeah. Smooth, no ammonia, no.
And even when I'm smoke, I mean, I kind of, I'm not somebody that lets the ash hold on too much, but I've ashed it several times, but you see how it's holding on right there. Even though it's like kind of cold out here,
Yeah.
I haven't experienced any, which I haven't experienced a lot of wrappers cracking or not like that. It smokes great.
Yeah. We are smoking here. Nero Black is Robusto 5x54, kind of special edition or limited edition that we are selling in the US, which also has this kind of aging and sensation that you're mentioning.
Nice. Now, outside of cigars, what do you two like to do for fun? Like, I like to get, I don't like to just talk rapper binder filler on my podcast. I like to get to know guests and all that.
Oh,
So, outside of cigars, even cigars are probably included. But what do you guys like to do just outside of cigars?
first Julio.
It don't matter. Julio could go first. He's been kind of quiet.
Okay. Well, I could say I'm a foodie. I like to explore restaurants all around the city. I like to always try something new. Uh, I'm a I'm a huge sports guy. Uh, I love soccer. I used to play. It's very common here in Panama, as well as golf, which is a sport that goes hand to hand with cigars.
Oh, of
Uh,
course.
yeah, so casually, just here with the brand, we do lots of events with golf tournaments. Casually, recently there was a golf tournament here in Panama with a chocolate brand called BQS. chocolate with it. That is a brand of one of our members here at the club. And yeah, uh, basically that. I'm huge sports guy, foodie. I love to listen to podcasts. Huge movie guy.
Great.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm a personal chef, and the first client is my wife. Okay? I love to prepare food on my place and for friends, and sometimes for big audience. Like we had last year here at the club a big spaghetti, special spaghetti for 40 people. So I'm a hobby chef, and I love because it's something that called me like the cigars. And let me add something to the pairing that we didn't talk earlier. There is an area which is not only pairing with liquor, but also pairing with food, which is very, very interesting. So here at the club, we have sometime during the years, we have we have dinner where we pair not only the cigars with the wine, for example, but we pair with the food. This is something very interesting. Not only chocolate, not only liquor, but also different kind of foods. This is very interesting. So I personally, I'm a chef.
Nice. See, I think I mean I try not to just read people too much, but I could have sworn you would have said that you would be a chef, considering that, your first language is Italian. I'm Irish and Italian, so us Italians we like to eat. So
Yeah, it's exactly like this. My roots are this part of Switzerland, which is Italian, but basically it's Italy, So it's kind of
yeah,
uh, near, close to Milan. So I have in my blood, I have this kind of culture to work in
yeah,
kitchen, prepare
yeah.
interesting
So
food.
it's just not, even though, yeah, like I can get what you're saying. The part of Switzerland that you're from is like basically Italy. So it's cool that you kind of have the merging of both cultures, but you know
Yeah.
obviously no
I'm
matter
kind of
what if
sorry, Mike.
no
Say again.
I was just saying whether you're an Italian from Italy or an Italian American, we all love to eat.
Yeah, exactly. Where are you originally from? Your family,
So so I'm more Irish than I am Italian, but on my Italian side, they're from Castiglione Mestre Marino, which is, I think, that's in the Chiete region.
Ah, okay.
Because
Again, say the name again, sir.
Chiete region, Castiglione Mestre Marino. I think it's like
Ah,
on the
nice.
coast. Yeah, because I was looking on the map. Because
Yeah.
we have a wine that's actually at our shop that's like from that area,
Oh,
and and I don't know why I can't think of the name, but whenever I get the name in my head, I can pronounce it just fine. But anyway,
yeah,
one day I was talking to some people and I was like, hey, this wine came from the area where my peoples are from. So
yeah. This is great. Italian Americans have a great family story. Here also in Central America and South America, we have a lot of people originally from Italy, which on a certain moment they are going back to their roots, looking for the place the grandfather was born and the local products. It's very interesting thing.
oh, absolutely, and no matter what, it's like no matter where you go, you're gonna find an Italian.
Yeah,
I have a friend from Australia. I never met him in person, but I go on a lot of these virtual herfs and talk with people from all over and all that. And
yeah,
so he's Sicilian. He's Sicilian, but he like literally grew up in Australia. So you have a guy with the last name Panisi, and then he's like, "Hey, Mike, how you doing, Mike?" And he's Australian as can be.
Yeah.
So I like culture. I definitely at some point, there's so many countries that I need to see. I just need to start being a little bit more responsible financially. I've gotten better, but I need to start, just making a plan and, come hang out with y'all in Panama.
Yeah, we
For
are
sure.
waiting for you here.
Oh, absolutely.
It's very short flight from Florida to 3 hours, and you have many daily flights from Fort Lauderdale, from Miami, and
Orlando, because I have to drop my boss off at
you have
Orlando.
Orlando, and it would spend 3 days in Panama. Panama is a great place,
Oh yeah.
You can tell better than me, but we have two seas. We have a grateful nature. Is a place of biodiversity, incredible place of biodiversity. Panama, an enormous amount of species and birds. Let's say birds, right? And we have just here in front of the club, we have 3 months. During 3 months of the year, we have the whales, whales.
Oh, nice.
It's a kind of reproductive triangle in front of Panama, and you go out with the boat, just fishing, and you meet incredible quantity of whales. It's great.
And the good thing is everything is nearby. You can, let's say, like the all the beautiful beaches are 1 hour away from the valley.
We have mountains here. We have the volcans. Okay, 3 hours from here, we have a very famous volcan named
Yeah.
Paru, right? Which is quite 3,000 meters.
In a province called Chiriquí.
Yeah, in a great region called the Chiriquí.
Actually, that's where my father is from.
Yeah.
Nice.
We have original. I don't know the right word in India. We have the Indians here. We have many reserve of regional Indians, and we still have the canal. So let's see what happens in the next weeks. But we have a grateful logistic system which allow to move goods from one city to the other.
Nice. Now tell us about the clubhouse. I've heard a lot from Lou, but how big is it? Do you guys carry other brands other than Valentino Siesto?
Okay, so we opened the club 3 years ago. We're going into our fourth year now. We started the club in the pandemic, which was difficult.
Just like
but
us.
we have gone through and getting better every day. We are a member-only club with 400 active members, but we still offer day passes for tourists and people that come from all around the world. And yeah, we have different ambiances for people to, because what we like to present this is as an experience for the people. For people to come and join and have a cigar, a good conversation, and meeting a good network of people. And this is what everything is about. We have different ambiances. We have terrace, we have a main lounge, we have VIP rooms with pool tables and lounges, TV. Casually, we have another VIP room in which they are filming another podcast.
Nice.
And yeah, we have our humidor in which yeah, we only sell our own brand, which has been our idea all along since our club is called Valentino Siesto Cigars. We like to have only in display our own brand.
Nice. Now, do you guys, a lot of us that's in retail here in the U.S. We've seen an uptick of a lot of more women smoking cigars. Do you guys get a lot more women smoking cigars as of lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a good group of ladies here at the club that smoke cigars. There's a good amount of tourists that come here to enjoy good cigars, specifically ladies, and yeah, I could say that that's a community that's growing, and, and that we are trying to grow as well here in Panama. That culture, build that culture, that's all that they have in the Dominican Republic.
Yeah. Women's in Dominican, we have the women's here smokers. We have a lot of ladies here, and we have a specific membership, right?
Correct. All because we offer five different memberships, but there's one exclusive membership that we offer specifically for the ladies. That's called the pink membership. That it's like as an incentive for them to come and visit it and join the club because we want to build that community.
Nice. And you already know where the ladies hang out, the fellas are sure to follow. You can sell them on private lounge memberships if there's ladies there.
We have a lot of American tourists that visit us with this formula, the daily pass, because Panama recently became starting point for a kind of different cruise, touristic cruise, which start here. We are in Panama City is on the Pacific side, okay, and this cruise starts here on the Pacific side, and the first leg of the cruise is to move through the canal with the touristic big cruise, big boat, and then visit on the other side, on the Caribbean side, different many islands and like this. So this group of tourists that starting this cruise from here, they are mainly Americans, and they know that we exist because the social network, and they are coming every week. We have very often this kind of group of people that we see in the U.S. when we enter a brick and mortar. We see them here. Okay, we have the client of the club is let's say 60% Panamanian, 30% international guys that are working here in Panama, and then 10% like this. There are these kind of tourists that we are very happy to have for 2 hours in order to smoke some cigar and have nice drink and rum in it.
Nice. Well, if you ever hear anybody mention anything about Cape Canaveral, Cocoa Beach, or Merritt Island, you tell them where they can find some Valentino Siestos at home.
For
Just in
sure.
case.
Yeah. Look, we are doing a lot of referral for you guys because you have a very smooth process in order to ship cigars in the U.S.
Oh,
and and we every time we get contacts in our social network from someone in the U.S. in a place that we even don't know where we have no shops for now, we are introducing you guys.
Well, we appreciate it for sure, and I've definitely, had a hand in quite a bit of that. And
Last week you sold cigars to our Brazilian distributor, who is Conrado, who is visiting US for vacation, because in Brazil January is a complete month of vacation. He's visiting there. It was shorted cigar, and you sent to him. I think it was an hotel in Chicago, and it works great.
Yeah. Yeah, I was actually off of work that day, but Lou was going back and forth, and then working with the people working and everything. So he was very happy he received them. So that's what we every day, no matter how crazy things get, that's what keeps us going is the people, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the people, seeing the smiles on their face, and you can't go wrong with that.
It's great.
So yeah, well. Is there anything else that you want to let the people know about Valentino Siesto Cigars? It's something that I may have forgotten. We're coming up on the 46-minute mark, so I usually keep it like an hour or less. So
We are moving our first steps in the U.S. and shops like your shop guy are helping a lot in order to know the brand and uh, create knowledge of the brand. We are babies in the US. Okay, the US represent less than 10% of our global market, and we want and we are working hard in order to grow in the US. We will be at the PCA, which is, in our opinion, the most important show we can
yeah,
participate. We are PCA member. We will participate at the PCA in New Orleans.
We're gonna be in the booth 2154. So make sure everyone to come and visit us at the PCA in New Orleans. And also we're going to be launching a special cigar box and cigar specifically just for the PCA.
Yeah, this is a scoop. We are preparing our first special edition for the US for the PCA, which will be a US dedicated box in a very limited number. And we will present uh, a, a Robusto, a Connecticut Robusto, but in this case, for the first time, in a different blend that Valentino is working with our master blender specifically for the US. We will launch this in pre-sales at the end of February, and we will present these cigars at the PCA. Yeah.
And also are going to be having special events that we're gonna be announcing really soon to make sure people are hooked up to our socials and paying attention. So when we announce it, make sure they pop by.
And
most definitely.
if you allow commercial information, we are working in the US with a logistic facilitator. We are very happy. It's in Nevada, and uh, we are able to sell to shops all over the US through this commercial facilitator, just having contact, making contact with us. So we have a kind of application here which allow me to sell to a shop in Kansas or somewhere.
In a very smooth process.
So
Oh
everyone
yeah.
wants to try
Shouts
some.
out to Dion. I've never met Dion, but I'm familiar. He distributes different brands. Plus, he has his own brand, Illusion. So, shouts out
Yeah,
to Dion Giolito.
yeah, great.
Awesome. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys for coming on the show, and I definitely have a following. And since you guys no other pod, I did the research. I was like, these guys have not been on the show, and hopefully, in the future, I could get Valentino Siesto on, just him, and just do some more talking. But you guys, this has been great. So everybody out, just before we go though, make sure you shout out your social media, and then down below in the YouTube description, I'll be putting all the social media information as well. and all that. So just let the people know how they can reach out to you guys on social media real quick.
Go.
They can reach out to us at Valentino Siesto Cigars. And if you want to check out our clubhouse here in Panama City, you can check out at Valentino Siesto Clubhouse on Instagram.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. Stay right here, because once I stop recording, we can talk that real shit.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
You're
Waiting
welcome.
for your